So without further ado, I now am going to introduce you to Josh Dry. He is the global leader from Aotearoa, New Zealand, cogo for measuring and reducing individual and business footprints. As the Director of Business Development at cogo, Josh provides sustainability solutions that help financial institutions throughout Asia and the Pacific and Europe to help their business and retail customers understand, measure and reduce their impact on people and the planet. With over 15 years of experience in business development, marketing and partnerships, he's a proven track record of building strong relationships, delivering innovation solutions and driving revenue growth across various industries and markets. He's passionate about creating positive change and fostering a culture of collaboration, innovation and excellence within cogo and the wider community. I'm going to bring to the pedestal now, Josh Dry.
Thank you, Rose. Kia ora koutou, ko Josh toku ingoa. It has been a hell of a lineup of speakers, and we've had that remarked on a few times. I now have to live up to 4 AI hackathon ideas for the environment, so hopefully we get something out of this. But yeah, thank you very much for the introduction. Got 15 minutes, like everyone squeezed this in. Yeah, pleasure to be here. Thank you, everyone. I think we've all been going through, what keeps us up at night, and it's fantastic to be in these rooms. Yes, obviously, an event on climate. So I think we've been going down a little bit, and hopefully some of these solutions can lift us up a little bit. But we got to start somewhere. We've got to look at the problem. And what keeps me up at night, we've seen a lot of the footage and a lot of the problems out there, of which there are many. I like to refer to these graphics. This is Ed Hawkins. He's a scientist and a designer. This is Show Your Stripes. It's a really nice way of visualizing some of the data that's out there, because I think that's one of the important pieces is actually understanding and the data that we have. And what keeps me up at night in regards to my role, and it's moving, I suppose, finance and supporting decarbonisation. I think that's a huge part of the task at hand. They talk about a number. It's a large number. Some of these things, as Rod mentioned, are quite hard to comprehend. It's $100 trillion is needed for the global economy to transit to net zero. And if we break that down, it's about 3.5 trillion more every year until 2050. We've had different people talking about the shifts and looking at opportunities. I like to refer to a great person, Homer Simpson, who refers to this as a crisis-opportunity, understanding that the Chinese have one word for crisis and one word for opportunity. That's what Homer coined, and I think that's what we're trying to do, is look at the crisis-opportunity of decarbonisation. We need the size of the industrial revolution at the pace of the technological revolution to hit, call it the decarbonisation, call it the climate revolution. And this is a very quick video about us. We're cogo, and this is hopefully just a quick intro into what we're doing and our approach.
At cogo, we're on a mission to empower hundreds of millions of individuals and businesses worldwide to measure, understand, and reduce their impact on the climate. Because we believe we owe it to future generations to leave them a fairer and more sustainable world. We want to help everyone better understand how every transaction they make affects the climate crisis. And to do this in time to prevent runaway climate change, we need to deliver positive action at scale. We work with large organizations such as banks to reach millions of customers and drive change on a global level. And our carbon methodology is verified and assured by Deloitte and reviewed annually. Our personal and business carbon manager products calculate your customer's footprint and empower them to take action to reduce their impact, whilst seamlessly integrating with banking platforms. Working with leading carbon experts, such as Professor Mike Berners-Lee, we measure footprints by using regularly updated market-specific emissions factors, combined with best-in-class mapping capabilities, ensuring the most accurate carbon data on the market. We turn research data and user experience findings into powerful insights that help your customers better understand their impact. And our research team uses behavioral science and nudge theory to give your customers personalized recommendations to reduce their carbon emissions. With over 10 years' experience in sustainability and our flexible technical and proven scalable solutions in market, we think we're best placed to support you on the next phase of your sustainability journey. Find out how Cogo can take your bank to the next level by contacting us for a demo. Be on the right side of history. Cogo.
Cool. So we need a lot of solutions approaching this gigantic problem in many different ways, and that's our approach to empower millions of individuals and businesses with reliable data. So measurement is the first piece. I'm sure you've all heard what gets measured gets managed. That's the start. We need to empower individuals, households, small businesses to understand what their personal, what their household, what their small business problem is. So that measurement is critical. So we enrich transactional data and we deploy that for free to these end users in their banking and their accounting experiences. We've got a tool live with Xero, we've got a tool live with Kiwibank and Aotearoa, so those are available to small businesses in New Zealand for free. The next bit is motivation. So we talk about recognition and recommendation loops. Behavioural science is so crucial, and that's been brought up a few times earlier today as well. So we need to motivate these individuals. We need to motivate these business owners to take the next step. So we build in behavioural science into our tools. Behavioural science has been at play in hyper-consumerism for decades now. It's all those things that tell you to buy more things, more crap that you don't need. Every time you go to the basket, it says someone like you also bought this. Would you also like this? And that sort of got us into one of the predicaments we're in right now. So we're using those behavioural science principles for good, to shift spending to better behaviours, to shift to better products. And then the mobilisation of as well. So I talked about that funding. The banks are coming up with astronomical amounts of money that needs to go to these small businesses and these households to help them. ASB, $6.5 billion. We work with Standard Chartered Bank, $400 billion. There's been a global tender for Bank of America. They have $1 trillion by 2030 to give out in sustainable loans. So the banks are coming out with this money, and we need to mobilise these businesses who we see again and again are crying out for help. They are asking to be supported. They don't know where to begin. They don't know how to begin. It's very confusing. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of greenwashing. It's hard to understand. So they need credible measurement. They need to be motivated, what is right for them, and they need to be mobilised to do that. So these are our tools. We've got a bit of an overlay here somehow, but that's all good. In regards to the first piece, that's NatWest Group. So we've integrated with NatWest's banking app. There's 760,000 Brits checking their personal carbon footprint every month through the tool that we've integrated into NatWest banking app. The second one is ING. We're working with ING in Netherlands and Belgium. There's 30 million Europeans that they're rolling out to in the next 3 years to empower them to measure and reduce their emissions. The third one is CBA, so Commonwealth Bank in Australia. We're working with CBA, Westpac Australia, and Suncorp. This is not a bragging exercise. This is to tell you that 40% of Australians have the ability to measure and reduce their emissions right now. So these tools are happening, it's rolling out, and off the back of that measurement is reduction, and that's motivation and mobilising. These are the banks. Again, sorry, I don't know what's happened here, but it's all good. Bunch of logos there and more to be announced. Oh, fantastic. The wizards at the back have done it. Soon to be announced, one of the biggest banks in Canada and Bank of China, that's in Hong Kong. So we're sort of a global to the world solution. We're moving as fast as we can, but we still need support. Definitely invest in Kiwi Fibre, definitely invest in Ben Scales, but also look to help other companies, and we've got our hands out as well, because we need to move as fast as we can. We know our solutions are creating impact, but they need to be in every bank. They need to be in every individual and every small business's pocket. So this is the tool. Again, he's going to fix my slides up in a second, which would be fantastic. This is our business carbon management solution. So this is live with Xero, as I mentioned, and a shout out to Kiwibank. They've deployed this product as well. This is a solution that we're rolling out. It's a white label version, so we're branding it, and there's been a lot of interest from accounting firms as well. Someone talked about the Insurance Council of New Zealand earlier, not in the best light, but they're quite interested in rolling this out for their measurement of suppliers and Scope 3 emissions as well. So here's an example of what I mentioned in regards to motivating and mobilising. So when you go in, this is Smith & Co, a fictitious business. They've gone through the process. It's about a 4-minute onboarding process. We pull in your transactional data from zero. We enrich that. We show you your emissions. Dependent on your emissions portfolio, depending on the sector, depending on the market you're in, we recommend some actions to take. So it is personalised. You've got to meet people where they are on this journey. When we go through this process, they've already done low carbon packaging, and then what we're doing is we're looking at their fuel, their transport emissions. So we're going to switch them to an electric vehicle. So there's a few micro actions or tasks on the right-hand side, and then we connect them to sustainable finance. Maybe their bank has that, maybe there's a different lending option available to them. So again, it's credible measurement, it's using behavioural science to nudge them, ethically nudge, we'd talk about it, towards these things that they can do. So, and then support them with the funding, and then hopefully this is a sustainable marketplace. So that's what we believe will be the sort of the future. The movement towards sustainable lending is happening right now. Then it'll be sustainable linked loans, and we believe there'll be a sustainable marketplace in the future. So there'll be all the sort of verified products and services and solutions to help these businesses as well. So a full one-stop shop, a full journey put into the power of their pocket. And then there'll be nudging and notification, ethical nudging on top of that. So when your bill's about to go out, did you know you're about to spend with energy company X? You could move that to X, you would reduce X. So this is where we believe the future is going. Unfortunately, we're probably a few years ahead of the market, so we just need to hold our position and make sure that we continue to scale and get into these banks around the world to empower them. Couple slides to go. The last one is, and this is a bit of our secret sauce, this shows some of the actions that we have for small businesses. Energy use, travel and transport, purchasing goods, capital goods and waste. So, you know, the first two are the big piece, energy and transport. When we roll these solutions out in Australia, it's about sequencing. Obviously, we need to move small businesses off coal if we're going to be encouraging them to move their fleet of vehicle to electric and charging off coal. So we need to sequence that. But I suppose the last piece would be just to encourage all of you to do this. You know, we do believe in collective action, and we do believe that individuals can make a difference. We believe that small business, especially with the makeup of our economy and in many economies, we can make a lot of difference out there. So I would encourage you to pick something off this list. We're all at different stages of our journey, and probably by being in this room, you're already on your own journey. But I would encourage everyone to think of what is the next thing that they would do at home this month, rest of this year, or inside their business or any of the businesses that they interact with. And that's the last piece, is that we need to create ripples. Each individual can create ripples. We can through the businesses that we're in, through our households, and just having conversation. I think conversation is one thing that really gets overlooked. One of the best things you can do for climate is to talk about it. So I appreciate everyone giving up their time and being here. And as we like to say, let's go change the world together. Thank you very much.